Hello everybody, welcome to the JavaScript course. In this video, I'm going to discuss the ways to modify the DOM elements. First, I will try to create the element node, and then I'm going to insert the node or string to the DOM tree using JavaScript. And I'm also able to remove a node, move a node, or even clone a node and then insert the cloned node at other places. Now, let us see the HTML file first. The HTML file has a number of elements. I have a title here, and in the body part I have a heading here, and then I have a number of paragraphs, and after the paragraphs I have a division, and after the division I have a number of further paragraphs. Okay, and of course I have to link my HTML file to a JavaScript file called my script.js, which is already put in the JS folder. Okay. So the hierarchy of the files can be shown on the left hand side. And I'm going to show you the JavaScript file first. In order for me to use the strict mode, I have to say use strict on the first line of the JavaScript file. And after that, I'm going to discuss the way to modify the DOM elements. First, I would like to show you the way to create a new node in the DOM tree. So let us see an example like this one. So I want to create an element which is a division, and I put this newly created one in a variable called my div. Okay, and after having this new division element, I'm able to change the content of it. So I can show you the way to change it. I want to add a class name to my division node. So you can see that I have typed a very long code to describe the inHTML of my division node. So this means that I'm trying to insert some HTML code into my newly created node called my div. So when I want to type a very long HTML code, I can use a backslash to help me break the code into several lines like the one shown here. Okay. So after I have created this new node, I'm going to insert this new node to some position on my web page. So I'm going to insert a new node or some pure text in the web page. The first example is that I'm going to insert a new node before a given node, which means that I'm going to insert it on top of the original node. Before I do the insertion, I have to make sure that I have already got a given node whose class name is called my first line. So where is it? Here. This is a paragraph actually. So this paragraph has an ID called my first line. And after picking up this element, I have got a target for my new node to insert. So if I do so, line1 dot before my div, I'm able to insert my newly created node before the paragraph node shown here. So I will try to put my new node on top of the paragraph whose ID is called my first name. So the content of this paragraph is, this is the first line. So I will try to put the newly created node before this paragraph node. So let us see the result. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that I'm able to put the inHTML content on top of the paragraph whose ID is called my first line. So you can see that this is the first line is already having a background color in green. And you can see clearly that the newly inserted node is actually on top of my paragraph node. So when we use the method called before, we're able to put the new node before the node in concern, okay? And we have to notice that a node can be at one position only. So we will see what it means by this sentence later on. If I want to insert a node after the given node, what will we do? We can have another method. Actually, I can use the method called after, so that line 1, which is here, will have a new division after this paragraph node. So you will expect that these inner HTML contents will be put below the first line shown here. So by checking the background color, you will be able to see the insertion very clearly. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the division, which is a newly created one, is put after the paragraph node. And you can see clearly by identifying the background color of the original paragraph node. Okay, so you can see that the word after here means that I really put something after my node in concern. So when we go back to the sentence here, we have to notice that a node can be at one location only. So is it possible to insert the same division called my div before and after the paragraph node? Let us see. So now I'm trying to put the same division twice before and after the paragraph node. Is it possible? Let us see. Save. Reload. No matter how many times I press the reload button, I can always see one insertion, which is the one shown on line number 18. So this means that we can only insert given element node once only. If we have two operations, we can only entertain the final insertion. So this is the meaning of having one location only. So we have to take care of this issue when we do the insertion. We can never insert the same element twice or 3 times or even more than 3 times in the DOM tree, okay? And then I'm going to show you a way to insert some text or node at the end of the node. But we have to see that the insertion is still inside the node. So we can use the keyword called append. So let us see an example to explain the meaning of the keyword called append. So line 1 is the paragraph shown here, which is this line. And after that, I'm going to do the insertion by using the append keyword. So I'm going to append a line of text called more words here. So what will be the result? Let us see. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that I have more words here after the sentence called this is the first line. So you can see that the append keyword is trying to insert some text or node at the end of the node. So the end of the node is already indicated by my shaded part. And if I want to insert something new at the end of the node, I can use the append keyword. And you can see that the more words here are still inside the green background color. Okay, so that's why I will say that the insertion in this way is still inside the node. After that, I'm going to explain another way called prepend. This means that I'm going to insert some node or string at the start of the node, but the insertion in this case is still inside the node. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that I have more words here at the beginning of the sentence shown on the green background color. Okay, so you can see that I'm able to insert more words at the beginning. So you can see clearly that this insertion using prepend keyword makes sure that the insertion is still inside the node. Okay, that is the meaning of the word prepend and append here. Okay. And now I'm going to show you the way to replace a node with a new node or text. So first I want to pick up a new paragraph whose ID is called my second line. So I will be able to get this paragraph node, which indicates this line shown on the web page called "This is my second line." Okay. So I want to replace the content of my line 2 element with a new sentence like this one. This is the second line in block letters. So what will we get? Let us see the result. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the content is changed to another one. So I can replace a node with a new node or text. So now I replace the original paragraph node content with another long text shown here. So that is the meaning of the replaceWith method. Okay. In our previous cases, you can see that we can only insert some words into the original element. Is there any way to really insert the HTML code rather than the pure text into the HTML node? It is really possible. The idea is to use the insertAdjacentHTML method at a given position. So let us see an example to demonstrate this keyword called insertAdjacentHTML. Now I want to pick up another element with ID called target, which is this one. It means that I'm able to pick up the entire division, including the words and the background color. Okay. Now I'm going to insert an HTML code by using the insertAdjacentHTML method. And in doing so, I have to include the keyword called beforebegin. So the meaning here is that I'm going to insert the HTML code before the beginning of original element node. So what will we see? Let us see the result. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that I can add some HTML code before the beginning of the entire division indicated by the target ID. Okay, so I can put something new before the start of this division. Okay, so the beforebegin keyword here is able to help us locate the position to put my new HTML code. In addition to using the beforebegin keyword, I can use other keywords to locate the position of my HTML code to put. If I use afterbegin here, I will have another position to show up on the web page. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that this HTML content is put after the beginning of the division. That means you can see that the background color includes the HTML code that I input by using the insertAdjacentHTML method. Okay, so when we use afterbegin, the new content is put at the beginning of the element. And how about other ways to do so? I can put it before the end of the element. So if I use beforeend here, I will have another position to show up on the web page. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the newly inserted HTML code is put before the end of my division. So you can see that the background color is still able to contain my new HTML code. That is the meaning of the word beforeend at the beginning. Okay. And I have one more way to put my new HTML code. I can use afterend keyword here. So let us see the result. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the new line is added, but it is added after the division shown here. So you can see that the background color isn't able to contain my newly inserted code. So that is the meaning of the word after the end here. Okay. So actually we have 4 ways to do so: before begin, after begin, before end, and after end. Okay. Altogether, we have these 4 approaches to put my newly inserted HTML code to my original element node. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you the way to remove a node. So let us see an example right now. Now I'm going to pick up an element with ID remove it. That means I'm going to handle this paragraph. So you can see on the web page that I have a sentence called "This is a node to be removed." So I'm going to remove this entire node by using some command. So I can just use line4.remove, and then I'm able to remove that node, and you will not be able to see this node anymore. Okay. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the paragraph with ID called remove it is no longer existent in the web page, even though it is still present in my HTML code. It is already gone in my DOM tree. That's why it cannot be shown up on the web page. Okay. And the next part to talk about is the way to move a node. So when we move a node, we don't need to remove an element before we move that node. So let us see an example of the way to move a node. So I want to pick up a node with ID called move it. So I'm able to pick up this paragraph node. So let us see how this part will go to. Okay. So I want to put line 5 after line 1. So what is line 1? Line 1 is just my first line here. So I'm going to put this element to the end of the first line. So let us see how it will be done. Okay, the first line here is this one, and you will expect that this shaded part will be moved next to the green background color. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the shaded one here is put underneath the green line. Okay, that is the meaning of moving a node. We don't need to remove the original node before we move it to another position. The movement is already able to remove the node from the original position clearly, and we don't need to do anything else when we want to move a node. Okay, and we don't need to care about the original position of the node. Okay, we already know that it is not possible to put a node twice or more than 2 times. If we really want to put a node again on the DOM tree, we have to really clone a node before we do so. So that is the reason why we have to do the cloning. A node can be at one location only. That's why we need to clone it and insert it elsewhere. So how can we clone a node? Let us see an example. So I locate my new element with ID called cloneIt. So I'm going to pick up this paragraph. And the content is this node will be cloned. So it refers to this final part on my web page. And then how can I do the cloning? Before we do so, we have to understand something here. We have 2 ways to do the cloning. The first one is the deep copy, which means that we obtain all the descendants of a given node. And the second one is the copying without children. So we just pick up the very outer content of your node without including the children. So let us see how we can do it in my case now. Now here, line 7 is obtained after cloning line 6. Okay, when I put true here, I'm able to do the deep copy. So the deep copy here means that I'm also able to include my emphasize text in my given line. Okay, so if we just say false, I'm not able to pick up the text inside my sentence shown here. Okay, so if I do so by putting true, I'm able to show the emphasized text being cloned as well. So after the cloning, line 7 element is really having the same content, but if I want to change the content of the cloned element, I can have usual treatment. I say line 7 dot query selector M here, and the text content is changed to has been. So you will have a newly cloned node whose content is no longer the same as the previous one. So will be changed to has been in my newly cloned node. Okay. So now I want to put my newly cloned node after the original node. Okay. Line 6 dot after line 7. Line 6 is this one. And after this node, I'm going to put my cloned node. So let us see the result. Save. Reload. Yes, you can see that the newly cloned node can be added after the original node, and the content can be changed because I can capture the newly cloned node and I can change the content of it as usual. So this video has already talked about so many ways to modify the DOM elements. We can create a node first, and then we can set up some inner HTML code, and then I can insert a newly created node by using the before keyword, after keyword, append keyword, prepend keyword. So we have these 4 ways at least to put my newly created node to some places on my DOM tree. And also I'm able to replace the content of a given node with some new string by using the replaceWith method. Okay. And also I'm able to insert some new HTML code into the DOM tree by using the insertAdjacentHTML method. We have to take care of these 4 keywords: beforebegin, afterbegin, beforeend, and afterend, to indicate the position of your newly inserted HTML code. Of course, we can remove a node, and we can move a node without any trace on the web page. Finally, we are able to really clone a code. The necessity of cloning a code resides in the fact that a node can never be at 2 or more locations at the same time. And after the cloning, you can change the content of your cloned node as usual. And of course, for cloning, we have to make sure that we understand the meaning of true and false in the cloneNode argument. Okay, for true here, it means that we do the deep copy. If we say false, we don't copy the children of your given node. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions about my video, please leave your questions on the comment section below the video. If you like this video, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.